Um, in turn, everyone around you is going to feel the same. For my Leos, when you recover or discover something that nourishes your soul and brings joy, care enough about yourself to make room for it in your life. That's exactly what I was saying to you, Raja, about following your passion. Take a time out today and treat yourself to an energetic pick me up. Could be literally walking to a coffee shop and getting that sweet extra treat you had. It could be just the, the going out in nature. It could be just taking those moments and, whatever it is, something that is just for you. I come on here, and as much as I love doing this, it's not just for me, right? So when I do my little extra things, I make my little iced coffee, once every couple of days, and I just sit there quietly and I enjoy it. I turn my tea instead of hot tea, I make it into a cold tea, and it is beautiful. And I have those few minutes of reflection, and it just brings me joy. I almost sent that whole deck flying. Okay, that's the one, eh? It just stuck completely in my hand. Okay. If you can't, oh, this is my favorite one. Of course, it's for Leo too. If you can't fly, then run. If you can't run, then walk. If you can't walk, then crawl. But whatever you do, you have to keep moving forward. And that's Martin Luther King Jr. Admire your own persistence. It doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be absolute amazing. What it has to be is I keep showing up. I keep checking in. I keep learning as I go. And that is what life is. And when we stop beating ourselves up and questioning how uh, we keep messing things up or everything's not perfect, what we start realizing is, holy crap, I overcame something else. I learned something new. Wow, I'm getting a lot better at that. Uh, Before I would be terrified, I wouldn't even consider it. Now look where I'm at, right? When we trust ourselves, and we start showing up and being proud of ourselves for persisting. Because there are many times, me personally, I sure people thought that I was giving up. People said I should give up. People said I shouldn't bother. It's too hard. It's too hard. But unfortunately, well, not unfortunately, I don't know why I say that. Very fortunately, God gave me the gift of strength, of stubbornness, and when used to your best benefit, and not too stubborn to learn. But when you use that stubbornness properly, it can create, it can just get you through anything. It can chip through the ice. It can literally grind through mountains. It's going to find a way. Yeah, that's what we do. That's exactly, we have to. What if we give up? Who else are we giving up on? It's not just us. Who are we not helping? Who is it waiting out there in the world that desperately needed our message that one day? Who desperately needed something to believe in, and we took it away. And you know what? We took it away because we were being too selfish. And yet, selfish, not even in a good way. We were being selfish in a way that we couldn't even show up for us, but we wanted everyone else to, and we can't. Balance spirituality and practicality. And that's, pretty much how I live my life. That's all I talk about. Nobody's perfect, so when I say this, it's not uh, all the way up in the skies, but it's understanding that what it is you want, seeing it, understand. I feel personally attacked, spirit. No, I'm just kidding. But what it is that this is the reason it's coming out like this is because I know how to explain it pretty well. When you go through your life and you're always stuck up in the skies, up in the stars, trying to dream about this. How are you ever going to get to that dream if you never put it into action, right? The idea is if we understand we keep taking one step toward the goal, eventually we're going to hit the goal. But what happens is we forget that as we learn and as we grow, we miss our goal changes. We move the goalpost, right? We get more clear, we get more defined, we get better at it. So we don't just want that thing that we said way back there. We're very clear on it. And now we're striving for a much better version of what that initial goal was. So it doesn't mean we haven't hit the goals. It means that we got clearer on our goals. And since we already made it to these ones, we already know we're here. And I don't exactly want that. I want better. So I'm going to keep striving for it. Um, but I'm not striving, chasing it. I'm trusting that as I go, I'm learning and I'm showing up every day and doing the work. Obviously, it's going to come. It's not going to come when I decide. It's going to come when God decides. And trust me, it will happen because I show up every day. I'm the action steps of the dream that I have. Do I know all the steps? Do I know how to complete them all? No. But I know what I do know. And as I learn the next new step, I show up just that way. Um, that's the balance. And that's what I talk about all the time because when we learn to understand, we don't have to have all the answers. We just have to have the next answer and trust that the next answer is going to keep opening for us because we're showing up and we're doing the things we're supposed to do. That's pretty amazing. Free will. God gifted us with free will. At the end of the day, it's our choice what we want to do with our life. We can wallow and worry and fear and all the things, and we can just dream and never do anything, or we can find that balance, put in the action steps, show up and love ourselves wholly, uh, so that everyone else knows how to do it. Because even when we're not doing it on purpose, when we show up in that way for our own selves, we encourage other people and we show them it's possible. We don't have to always be testifying, and we're walking testimony. Our behaviors, the way we show up, how we love, who we help, how we create boundaries that are not a negative way. We say, I have to protect my energy, and I'm more than willing to help you, but we have to. You have to meet me here. I can't pull you and drag you. You have to show up to listen. You have to show up with the intention to learn, to grow. That is sometimes all the balance you need because eventually the next step will come. It's just like literally that's all this whole life is. And when we learn that, the more we learn as we go, we become more empowered and we become more confident in what we're doing. And that's when it gets exciting. And that's when we can trust our free will because we know our decisions we make are not ever going to be to hurt somebody. They're not ever going to be to step on somebody or push somebody down. It's going to be to lift them up because that's all we care about. Hi, Kay. How are you? Welcome. Good morning. Hi, Tommy. Welcome, welcome. Afternoon, ma'am. Dropping the like and getting back to work. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. All right. Then we have this is Leo's. Trust your path. This is, man, I want to say they're calling me out, but they're not. They want me to really explain. Um, that's the best way to say it, to explain that balance when you show up and you're putting the action steps. You are trusting your path. You're trusting that God has your back. The universe is going to weave its magical web and give you exactly what it is that you need, and you're going to take that and you're going to use that to manifest more, to create better, to continue to grow. Hi, Miles. How are you? Welcome, welcome. We're doing Leo right now. And Leo, and I actually, the way I just want to go back here too, because I don't want to, um, I don't want to say over push, but I'm like, because I'm a Leo, I'm like, where can I do this? Where can I do better, do more, right? But what we forget, and sometimes what I forget is, I think we're actually figuring out how to celebrate ourselves. Take time out today, celebrate ourselves, admire your own persistence. Okay, when you show up and what I've been learning and growing and perfecting is balancing spirituality and practicality. Not one is not better than the other. We have to find that balance. And that's all I talk about to the point of probably driving people crazy, but I'm not sad about it. I think we'll kick it with you here though, just from the side of the scroll. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Um, when you start to do it and you start to figure out that balance, which it goes out of balance all the time, life, but learning how to come back to that balance every single time, that's your free will. And when you use your free will to show up and be persistent every single day you show up, you choose to show up. You can say, F this, I'm not doing this today. I don't want to be bothered. And by the way, some days it's okay to do that. Just so you know, I don't have any meat today. Sorry, not doing it. Uh, that's the best thing you can do for yourself. Okay. But what happens the next day? You show up again. You show up again. English translation. I feel very heavy hearted for having told you that I had to go to sleep. No, no, you're good. I apologize because of my current situation. No, no, I gave you yours before you went to sleep. I finished it, so you had it. I give you your angel number, and this is the important one, right? And it's still, I left it out because I haven't got there for Leo yet. Um, just remember those things and remember uh, learning to balance has to start first with you. That was the most important thing for you. I promise you. I will converse with you with great affection. You need to go to sleep. Don't get some rest. Don't ever worry about that stuff. All right. So this is for my Leos. Trust your path. The universe is conspiring. Keep facing your true north. Your job is not to pave the path, but to simply keep facing your true north and take one step after another. If you do this, you can't go wrong. The universe is conspiring. Don't waver or doubt. Use your heart as a compass and put one foot in front of the other. If you follow the invisible trail of what lights you up, you will light up the world without even trying. It becomes obvious. People see it. They want to follow you. They want to know why you're so happy, even with everything that's going on, because you learn how to figure your own self. Maybe you need a mirror. These are backwards to me. I know, I'm sorry. It's because my phone is front facing. But yeah, it doesn't do it on the other one. It's just for the picture. It's not usually to read it, but it says trust your path. I'm sorry. I will get it figured out. I think the other camera doesn't do that. We'll try next time and we'll see. Um, Most people don't follow the highest call of their soul because they are waiting to see the end destination before they take the first step. If you take one baby step each day, within a year, you will have taken 365 steps in your dedicated direction. If you want to write a book, write a page every day. If you want to change careers, do one thing every day in dedication to that. Before you know it, in just a year from now, you will turn back and look in awe at how far you have journeyed. Keep moving and open yourself up to a whole new level of support and receiving. Things are not going to work out the way you are planning, but if you have a little faith and keep showing up, they will work out even better than you could possibly imagine. Don't micromanage the universe. Trust your path and let your soul lead the way. If you knew you would be supported no matter what would you do? Some cameras auto get the stuff mirrored. Yeah, I'm not sure yet, and I am working my way there. My other camera doesn't do that, and I think for whatever reason, this phone does, but that camera doesn't. And it just happened to be this one that I went live on today. But I'm gonna start trying to do that one, and we'll see if that makes a difference. I think I already did this one, but that's okay. If I picked it up again, there's a reason. Oh, hold on. All right, negotiation. Yeah, you're understanding that to ask the universe to do things for you, you got to show up and do things for you first, and then you got to meet them halfway, right? And that's what it's all about. When you show up each and every day and show up just for you, you're not alone. Life is a journey, 1,000%. I talk about it all the time, and I'm a Leo, so this actually resonates all too well. This is what if you go to my old videos, if you go to my courses, my alchemy emotion, all that good stuff. That's all I talk about. Um, if we don't learn to enjoy the journey, what do we do it all for? Like truly, you're not alone. The older the soul, the deeper the cave. Many starseeds and old souls enjoy their own company. Spending time alone can be comforting and necessary for their vitality. as it allows them to commune with their soul and fill up their energetic resources, especially if they have an underactive or open root chakra or find it hard being human. Many starseeds find it more nourishing to retreat than to spend their time in meaningless conversations and relationships. However, we must remember that we're not here to go about this life alone. Humans are pack animals, and we all need the love, company, and support of others, both emotionally and physically. In our increasingly online world, we can be connected to more people and yet feel more alone and isolated than ever. There's still so much we don't know about the energetic side effects of the things like social media, with so many people knowing our news and what is it doing to our auric field. Commonly, we find ourselves in constant conversation, yet lacking the genuine connection of physical community and touch. The main message of this card is to step out of your cave and physically reach out to those in your life, to replenish when you need to, but not isolate yourself. This could be seeing friends and family who live nearby or having a regular catch up walk with someone. In what ways can you open yourself up to people who are physically in your life, those you truly know? How can you reach out to people in your life physically? And it's so funny because I was just talking about that this past weekend. I had some friends over. They hadn't been over since Christmas. And a few of them came over and they brought their kids, and we were all outside. No phones, no nothing. It was beautiful. We just got to be together and watch the kids play. And man, it was really, I needed that. That recharge was amazing. And, I didn't go on social media. I didn't do anything. And I did very minimal work. I did a little tiny bit on Saturday, but Sunday, that entire day was right until bedtime. Just really, I didn't mess with anything. I was so happy. I was so full of joy. My kid was wore out, but just absolute happiness. And sometimes we need to do that, and we need to show up and do it a little more often for ourselves, especially when we're busy trying to do all the things, right? I like fortune cookies and reading ancient books that are so translated into still close enough to get some knowledge. Yeah, that is actually something that I dream to do. I actually kind of want to study religion and like ancient Egypt and all that good stuff. But the problem I have is I'm trying to build a business and all the other things. Once I get to a point where it's not always building, now there's always going to be building, right? When you have a business, but when I get to the point where there's a little bit of smooth sailing, a little bit of extra space, which I'm slowly getting there, which is exciting. Hi, Mayas, how are you? When I get there, because I really do love learning, that is something that I really wanted to dig into. And it may take a little bit of time, and that's okay, but it's definitely on the bucket list of things I would like to do in this life. Almost to 800. Good for you. I'm almost to 3, I think. Well, maybe not yet. I think I'm at like 271. That's pretty close, though. Almost to 3. Oh, Star Seer. You flipped right out, and I got 2. So we got alignment and Star Seer, which is, this is the important. They're both important. This is what we are, right? When we start understanding, following our dreams, uh, aspiring to learn all of those things. That's what a star seer is, whether it's on this realm or any other when we look at it, because we're pulling from the collective consciousness. So when we ask these things, the answers that come to us are the ones that are needed the most. I'm having back pain and frustrated. The surgery, it didn't happen. How come? When do you have to go in again? 18. Apparently, I'm learning how to count today. Bear with me. They couldn't find the opening of my kidney. So they didn't do the surgery. And do you have a scheduled time to go back? What time is it? Okay, I'm good. I have to keep checking the time. So, because I love to chat and all the good stuff. But if I miss getting my daughter, she's going to be very upset. the surgery didn't happen? Do you have it scheduled for another time? And what was stopping them from finding the opening? Okay, so alignment, inner integrity, being a vibrational match for what you want to bring into your life. This is all I talk about. Manifesting from a place of love over fear. Energy flows where attention goes. Subconscious sabotage, we're not doing that anymore. Seamlessly actualizing our dreams. I don't know what the next step is. Uh, are they going to reach out to you? Are they waiting to figure it out? Sometimes we have to be patient even when it sucks. Um, Maybe they're trying to decide because they want to make sure it's the safest for you, right? So give it a little bit of time. Try to relax as much as you can. Just do the relaxing and give a little time. And your grandma's helping you too, right? So I'm sure she's the one doing a lot of the following up and staying on them. I'm sure she's not going to let it go. So she's not going to stop until they give her the answers that you guys need for sure. We all have the ability to manifest the life we wish to call in. However, we may find our desires are not actualizing as we hoped. Energy goes where attention flows, and if our thoughts and focus fixate on something that opposes what we want to bring to our lives, this will cause dissonance. Is there an internal sabotage? Are we, without realizing, undermining ourselves through our language, our worries, and the broken records that play in our minds? Which is actually very true. And like when I was saying, I forget what I said, but I said unfortunately, which is, and I had to check myself because it wasn't unfortunately. It's actually very fortunate. And those little things, those little slips, those little things is where we check our mindset and where we make those changes and we bring ourselves back into alignment. So, to bring something into our life, become the vibrational match for it. Imagine what it feels like to already have what you desire and cultivate that feeling. This is the key to powerful manifesting. Preparing ourselves and our environment as if what we are manifesting is a certainty also creates a shift in our thinking. When we want and strive for something, we create more wanting and striving. When we immerse ourselves in what it is like to already have something, we will be in the perfect vibration to receive it. Also, consider whether you are choosing to manifest something from fear or love. Unfortunately, if our wants are driven or born out of fear, we will amplify this. When our heart motivates our desires, whatever we manifest is aligned with love. Look at where your desires and manifestations are being seated. If your plans or dreams aren't unfolding as you would like them to, it's time to take a deeper look at other areas in your life. Is there something out of step with integrity? Are you making decisions through fear or love? Is it through fear or avoidance your manifestations may seemingly backfire to encourage experiences that will bring you back into balance? Again, coming back to that balance. It is time to become a vibrational match for what you are seeking. Instead of striving harder for something, cultivate the feeling of already having all you seek. You will be surprised what this shift in perspective creates. And the idea isn't when we're finding that alignment, that balance, uh, we have to understand it has to be both, right? We can be all up in the skies and we can dream and we can understand that feeling. But if we don't do any action steps to get there, we're going to miss the biggest point of these lessons, right? And they're the most important point of the lessons. All right, can I have an angel number for my Leos? One angel number. 13th. Oh, I'm here for that. What's going on over here? Hold on. I can't read. There we go. I don't know what the next is. I couldn't read the comments. Okay, 1331 for my Leos. I'm here for it. Good fortune, guidance, clarity, major change, self-reliance, individuality, comfort, and prosperity. I'm here for that. Trust in your skills and talents. They are the keys to a bright future. A piece of valuable advice, a moment of clarity, or a comforting message is headed your way. Everything is aligning in your favor, and success is within reach. Don't drop that. It's within reach. We keep showing up, and every time we show up, we just get closer and closer to it. When we start feeling that feeling where we know we're getting close to it, we can already sense it. We can already feel it, and it becomes a lot easier to align ourselves with it. That takes practice too, right? You got to create that space, and you have to learn how to come back to that. Because the longer you can stay in that place of peace, that place of alignment, the easier it is to ground that. But it takes time and practice. That's why it's all I ever talk about. Then we have, I accept the gifts I've been given as a high service to the world. When you're given the gift of strength, of patience, of kindness, of stubbornness, I shouldn't say stubbornness, of persistence, when you understand all of the gifts and you start being grateful for those gifts and understanding that truly they are a gift. Sometimes you don't understand it until you've had to go through a lot of things.